What up? Coming to you a little later in the afternoon here because I just got off work, driving out of town to North Carolina, and got off a couple of hours early. So I'm about to hit the gym up here in Cherokee. It's an awesome gym. I love it. I have to work at a nearby city tomorrow, so I'm staying the night away from the fam. So I thought this would be a fantastic opportunity to go over to this gym and hit arm day on this day 12 of Shredded by 40. Man, almost 2 weeks in. Gonna get a nice arm workout in. They've got an incredible sauna. I mean, it's hotter than Satan's toenails in that thing. I mean, it's crazy. So, going to take advantage of that. Since I'm not really in a rush, I'm probably just going to do a little extra walking on the treadmill. I mean, I was in the OR all day, sitting on my butt, really not doing much of anything because I had a student today, so he was doing all the work. And so I figured this is a good time to get in a couple extra steps. So hit the treadmill for like 45 minutes. Then we'll do what we've been doing for arms, and that is supersetting biceps and triceps together. Why start with triceps today? Typically hit bis first. I think I'll hit triceps as the first move, then hit biceps right after. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 sets for each superset, depending on how many moves I want to do here. I think they've got a pretty cool like curl machine in here, so definitely going to try that out. We'll see. Either way, we're going to get a lot of volume in, keep the intensity up, the rest between sets low, and then take advantage of this sauna. So finish making my pre-workout here. I don't know what if you guys drink pre-workout. Caged Muscle. I've just been on it a long time. I don't know if there's better ones out there or not. To be honest with you, I don't really experiment. I've just been a loyal customer, and I like the taste. I don't even know if it does anything. It's just kind of part of the ritual, right? Part of the pre-workout process. But I like the flavor, so that's why you should go. Just a one scooper though. I don't go crazy with the pre-workout. Like Ronnie. I'm gonna do 3 scoops. All right, I'm gonna get the pre-workout in, and then I'll see you guys inside the gym if they let me record. I don't know if it's loud or not.
Wow. Good job, Mom.
What's the pushdowns when we start?
Oh boy.
All right. Arm day demolished. So we did 5 supersets in total. Last week, 4 supersets, but we did each of those supersets for 5 sets total apiece, giving us a total of 20 working sets per muscle group. And today we did the same thing, except 1 less set on each, and then added an entire new set of exercises. I was just feeling it today, feeling the variation and changing it up. Really got hung up on the dumbbells, so a lot of our exercises were dumbbells. We started out with on the cable, the rope. What am I trying to say? Cable rope pushdowns. There we go. I like starting with the cables because it gets your elbow joints nice and warmed up, gets them lubricated, gets them in the flow of the motion. So then once you start to add a lot of weight, you won't have the strain on your elbows. If I was to go straight in to that for my first exercise, I would have to do like a third of the weight, not because it's heavy, but because once you get into that range of motion down at the bottom there, I start feeling it in my elbow tendons if I'm not warmed up. Whereas there towards the end of the workout, we threw in the overhead dumbbell extension, and I did 80 for a set and then did 70 so I could hit a little bit higher on the rep range for the remaining sets. So started out with the rope extension to get nice and warm, and while I was there at the pulley, I just dropped it down since we're supersetting and hit some rope hammer curls on the cables. So knocked out 4 sets of each one of those. Then after that, jumped over to the overhead. The one arm bicep curl. No, actually before that we did barbell curl. That's right. 70-pound barbell, straight bar, no curves in it. And when it's straight, it really forces that external rotation. So it just hits your bicep in a little different area than if your arms were, turned inward some for the bent for the curved barbell. Man, I used all my brain power during that workout. I cannot talk. So we superset the barbell curl with what I do: wide grip tricep pushdowns. And I went real strict with that form. So you'll see I'm very upright. Like I'm not hunched over, getting any momentum. I stayed nice and upright and just got that full range of motion all the way to the top and trying to keep my elbows relatively fixed. And I was able to feel it more on the outer portion of the tricep there than from behind. After that, we jumped over to the one arm cable pulley. So I normally set that up at shoulder height. And then I almost think of it as like a drag curl, if you're familiar with that. So like I'm pulling it, I'm not shrinking my shoulder up, but just so you can see the motion, like I'm pulling my bicep. It's like I'm pulling my hand to me more than like trying to curl my hand to my head. And when you do like that, kind of like a drag curl with it, and I'm doing that just so you can see the exaggeration. I'm not really like moving my shoulder back and forth. The shoulder stays fixed, very important. And then all the work is right there. Like when you have the resistance, you can feel it kind of pull you out and you pull that bicep back in. So we did 4 sets of that and supersetted that with one arm tricep extension. So hitting the unilateral work today. 4 sets of that and then jump straight over to what do I do next? Why don't I just get my phone? Let me see. Duh. By the way, I track all my workouts. I want to start screenshotting them and throwing them up in the video. I think I did that once and then forgot, but I'm going to try to remember to just start throwing that up there just so people can see how I like to document what I'm doing, my progress, and on top of that, just maybe give you an idea of how you can simply track your workouts and know where you're going. So we did one arm cable row, one arm cable tricep extension. Then we went over to the preacher curl and did dumbbells on the preacher. And I supersetted that with the overhead tricep extension. 4 sets of that. And then we finished it off with some some incline curls, dumbbell curls. And the incline bench was taken. So I jumped on the incline bench press and the bottom seat is hung up. Like you can't get it out of the hole that it's in. So I just put a few 10-pound plates on there to stack it up because I was so low to the ground. My dumbbells were hitting the ground. So I just threw a few 10s and sat on top of that and it elevated me up enough so I could get that full range of motion. So we did 4 sets of those incline dumbbell curls, supersetted that with just some straight up old school dips. Nice explosive up and then try to really work that eccentric down. And you bust those out like that. I'm not hitting but, close 10, 15 reps, something like that. So very solid workout, 40 working sets total. I was able to hit the treadmill, like I said before, for an extra 20 minutes because I'm working out of town, away from the fam. I got to find something to do or I'm just going to sit there at the hotel and think about them and miss them. So did an extra 20 minutes for a total of 45 on the treadmill. I've actually fasted a lot today. I was in the OR and we were kind of short-handed, so I didn't get the breaks that we normally get. And I just giggle because, we're just spoiled in anesthesia. We get enough breaks. But because I only received my lunch break today, I had my eggs and salmon and it really filled me up. So I didn't get in a protein shake or anything. So I'm only sitting on that one meal today. I basically got 3 protein shakes, a dinner, and some oatmeal to get in. I figure if I don't hit all my calories tonight, I'm just going to cut out a little bit of the oatmeal because I'd rather cut the carbs and keep my protein high. That's the priority, especially when we're trying to maintain our muscle mass here during the cut. So we'll hit this sauna here for another 5 or 10 minutes. As long as I can stand it. This thing gets hot, boy. I think we're right at 149 degrees right now. And this thing is blazing. The one at my other gym, you can have that thing cranked up to 170 and it never gets hotter than like 130, 135. It's really just a waste of time to go in there. I don't even use that one anymore. But this one right here, anytime I'm up here in North Carolina, I'll make sure I hit this on it because it is awesome. So I'm going to sit here another 5 or 10. Get to the hotel, try to get all the food in, get a good night's rest, probably get up early in the morning for day 13, hit it early before going in and work my 12-hour shift at the hospital. So I hope you guys have an awesome day. and I will talk to you tomorrow.